So to answer the question about the ramps, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. You got to take the one on the right off first before you take the one on the left off. You are going to have some wires in a couple of places on the side that you got to sort of unplug through the underside. I'll show you in a minute. Mostly the big pain part is going to be back under this, which I'll show you in a minute. Also, this ramp diverter is going to be key. Make sure you know how to put this back together because you have to take the thing apart and put it back in. Also, you got to, well, I guess you don't have to, but these need to come out. But what I wanted to show you was, if you look underneath here, and make sure you take the balls out, but if you look underneath here, you'll see in mine that I have at least 2 sets of wires, coming out through here. I would strongly recommend that when you do this, I just tied some pipe cleaners through here because they're an absolute pain to feed through there. Make sure you have some way to be able to get these done, and make sure you put the left one back down before you put the right one down and put the cords back through it. I don't remember exactly how I did that last time, but the wires are going to need to go through there, and it's, let's see, can I turn the light on? No, I can't turn the light on, but it's a pain to get that. The other thing is this ramp diverter back here is really the only difficult thing about putting this back together. I personally put just a little piece of Scotch tape back on there to keep it from sliding out, but that piece on top, the ramp diverter, after you unscrew the top, is going to fall down through here. Eventually you're going to have to screw this little piece here back onto here. I would strongly recommend, before you take this thing all the way apart, taking pictures of exactly how you have this and exactly about how far down you have this screwed in, because you can adjust it by screwing it in or unscrewing it. And if you don't have it just perfect, the ramp diverter up here, when it snaps open or snaps closed, it'll sort of get stuck in the middle, which isn't what you want. Taking it apart and putting it back together. Oh yeah, sorry, you were asking about wires. The wires, when they come like off the ramp, you can see there's going to be a couple on this side that you got to do down here. So a lot of this stuff right here is going to have to be unplugged, and I believe the same is true on the other side to a lesser extent, but it's the stuff that goes through, no, I guess not so much on this side, but there's a connector. Yeah, one of these is going to have to come undone. I can't remember which one. But it's not too terribly bad. And when you're taking these ramps off, you've obviously got, you've obviously got a few pieces that are going to connect up here. Just as a word of caution, when you do this, be extremely cautious about over tightening these. I mean, it's just cracked a little bit, but I did that. Just be careful when you put them in. Also of note, there's going to be a unique way that each one of these is supposed to be put in. There's some odd parts that go in these, and just take pictures, remember exactly where you put them. And I've never actually gotten this flasher to work on mine, and I can't figure out what's wrong with it. So if you end up with more than 2 wires back there, let me know, because this little guy's a mystery, and that's the biggest thing that's broken on my machine that I know of. And to get the ramp diverter out again, unscrew these. There's a little, I don't know what you call that little grommet thing, but make sure you get these back in the right order. They just snap right on and snap right off. But if you lose that part, you're going to be screwed. But good luck.